on from Luke's claim that baseball is the professional sport that requires the most skill to play. I will do so by challenging his evidence supporting his first secondary claim and the reasoning behind these evidence, and also provide my own counterclaim based on more precise evidence. The advocate's first supporting claim is that because of the spherical shape of the ball and the round surface of the bat, it is difficult to achieve a successful hit. His claim is understandable, but the evidence he presents is questionable. For example, the advocate attempts to compare batting averages to field goal percentages in basketball and pass completions in football. However, there is no means of which to compare these percentages because, based from football, the pass completion is dependent upon the quarterback's accuracy in making the pass and the receiver's ability to complete the pass. So you can't compare that. You can't compare pass completion to a single person up at bat and their percentages of completing that bat. This is why that evidence is irrelevant to his presented claims. In another attempt to back his secondary claim, the advocate states that if the ball were to be in contact a half an inch off the center-to-center line of the bat, then the ball would fly straight up in the air or shoot straight down to the ground. He does not provide any evidence, particularly mathematical, to this statement, so how are we supposed to believe what he says? In fact, the statement is false. From the information given through projectview.org, the average width of the fat end of the bat is about 2.5 inches. Using simple geometry and trigonometric functions such as cosines and sines to calculate the change in you can use those simple functions to calculate the change in the angle of the ball's trajectory if they were to happen to hit 5 inches off the line, the center-to-center line. The angle was calculated to be 21 degrees. Now, also I looked up what the average angle of a home run was for the year 2008 on hittrackeronline.com, and the average home run had an angle of about 33 degrees, ranging from 22 degrees to 44 degrees. This means that the error that the advocate was talking about is actually a candidate for being a decent home run. And from both of these pieces of evidence, weaken the claim that the success rate of baseball is much lower than that of other pro sports. Finally, I will provide my counterclaim, which is that basketball, in fact, requires the most skill to play. Even though, given that the field goal percentages were about the range of 50 to 60%, the average jump shot does take a great deal of accuracy to complete. A study performed by Salih Satu, who is part of the physics department in the College of Wooster in Ohio, the study dealt with the scientific factors behind determining a successful made basket. And what Sati found was that the differences in the angles and velocities of a made basket and a missed basket were actually very minimal, meaning that it was a lot harder to make it. For example, if your shot was off by a factor of 1 degree in angle or half a meter per second in speed, then it is very likely that it would be a failed attempt, and just from that fraction of change. And in basketball, the average time taken for a player to actually take an attempt is about 0.8 seconds. So that means they have 0.8 seconds, a little bit less than a whole second, to catch the ball, position their feet, focus on the basket, and judge the trajectory of what a good shot would be, and then actually perform the shot. And by disproving evidence given from the advocate and providing more precise evidence of my own for my own claim, I have shown that my opponent's claim about baseball being the most skilled sport is weak.